Hi, nice to have you in my classroom. Today we will paint an almighty painting. It will be landscape beside it. But I know you came to me because you know this technique we have is a different technique than anyone else is doing, really. You see a lot of starving artists and hungry artists, and the way we paint, it is powerful, strong, and it will sell because you are in with your whole heart into that almighty painting. Now, before we start, let's talk about our almighty equipment. You see here I have a step ladder. It's just a dumb little step ladder. I put a little head on top and I vise in my canvas. And you see how that's in. That's in to stay. I have a couple nails. You cannot see it here and there. They stick out and the canvas is even stuck in the nails there. So with other words, make sure you have that solid. And when you fire in, you have that almighty power and nothing is moving. That I like very much. And I like the idea when you stand up all the time, you lose perspective when you sit down. I cannot sit down. You got to stand up. And that's why I like to really be always there and go back, see perspective right. You lose your perspective when you have your nose right on the canvas. I like the idea to put my foot up sometime, like this or like this, high up like this, and lay in your elbow and have the palette in your hand like this, and you lean on yourself. You have so much power and your hand is so steady to make certain other movements, especially on still lifes or portraits, whatever you will paint. That's all about that almighty easel and the canvas already in now. Now more around now. I show you we have a little screen here. I make it myself. I put it into a coffee can, you see, like this here. Mountain ground, make sure you have a coffee can, 3 pound, so that you have enough room to move. In that, I put paint thinner. I will show you how it works. Just simple paint thinner. If you find odorless paint thinner, so better. See? But don't put more than a ½ inch over that screen. Now I have the brush wash ready. But when I wash my brush, you have seen all my shows before. There's a lot of mess, really. So a lot of people wrote in and they corrected me. They said, I could not do it in my house because I messed up the whole house. So we invented a cleaning box here. That's not my idea. That's your idea, actually. I have lots of mail. We get lots of mail. And see what happened here? I have a hole, a box with a hole, and the 2x4 is standing a little bit on the slant. Down is a garbage can. And now I clean my brush. You see, watch how I do that here. See? And when you slam it out, you can only get so much out. And that is not dry enough at all. So I go in here and hit it like this. You see? Can you see here? Make a good shot of that. See, now I know my brush is nice and dry. See, you can put it even on your skin. Beautiful. That is the brush, the easel. You are ready ahead. I have a roll of paper here, just a little, because you need to clean your knife or whatever on that paper. That helps a lot too. The next step will be the brushes. You see what I have here? It's a 2½ inch brush, a 1 inch brush, couple fan brushes, and in between brushes, I don't want to name the brushes because when I went to school, they would tell me always number 1 brush, number 3 brush, number that brush, and I was more confused. We have an almighty brush and a couple small brushes. See it this way. Fan brushes are very good. Have the smaller one, the middle one, and the big one, and that's all you need. And a little liner brush with long hair, thin long hair. And don't forget that almighty knife. I'm very proud of that knife. I had a patent on that. It's my invention, and I'm very proud about it. So the next will be our almighty palette. You see that palette? Oh boy, it's got to be a big palette. We had all kinds of palettes. We had them in plastic, and I don't like plastic. Even we had plastic handles on the brush. Wood is healthy. It is art. It is beautiful in your hands. And what you see here, I have from the light into the dark, see? And look at that paint, it stands up. This is just lying there. Can you see that? Beautiful. That is our big thing. Our paint is solid and dry and even tacky. You got to have that particular paint here. If you go on an art store and you see the paint is soupy, don't even take it for this technique. For any other technique, you might need the soupy paint, but not for this particular technique. And then you see, I put it in order like this, from light into the dark. It's like a piano, and then the colors, yellow, red, and blue, and black and white. Yellow, red, and blue, and black and white. And then we have some fill-ins, like sap green, green. You can make green by yellow, and blue gives you green, all kinds of greens. Put a bit dirt in, bit earth, bit Van Dyke brown, and you got sap green right there. There's no problem. Or even you can add alizarin crimson into that. That's all about the paint now. And this is your mixing table. And this is the magic white here. It is a thin paint. It makes your canvas slippery. It will not yellow, and it will not crack. I will put that magic white right now on that almighty canvas. I show you how we do it. See, you can load your brush like this, and you fire in just like that. Fore and back, crisscross, horizontal, vertical, you see, like this here. And you go down and finish up and down, and make sure there's not too much and not too less. You see, something like this. There we are. The magic white is on the canvas. And now what we paint? I decided the almighty ocean. Let's talk about the ocean before we start. It can be calm, it can be very wild, and it can be lots of wind, and everything can fly in the air, and everything can be just sunny and you lie in the sand. Now, let me talk about the two oceans our wonderful country is on. The Pacific is absolutely different than the Atlantic. I lived in Halifax, and I learned we had a shoppy sea. There was always a shoppy sea. And when I came to the West Coast, I saw big rolls coming in, and I was really shocked. So when we talk about the ocean, let's act like we know a little bit more about the waters around us. So number one, we paint the Pacific, and it will be a rolling sea. Now, how high you want to go, how wild you want to go, what sky you want to paint, what time of the day, in the morning, in the evening, in the noontime, or so you got to make all those decisions before you start putting the paint on the canvas. So what I really want to show here, it is the teaching idea. We had no rain. Let's have some rain in this particular sky. For a while we will have some rain coming down, and then out of that rain, the storm, and we will make a stormy sea, and the waves are flying in the water is flying in the sky, and make it exciting, and excite yourself before you start. So that's what I do right now. I make myself really sitting in that almighty water there, and around everything is bubbling and browsing and boiling, and when you have that in your heart, then you can paint. Okay, the magic white is on, the canvas is wet. I clean my brush, clean my almighty brush, and now let's say we have I will use again, take a good look again how I cut it up. Prussian blue and alizarin crimson is quite a color, but this time I will add a touch of Van Dyke brown into that and munch it in here again. See, munch it in here again, and then make a little test. See, test it first. Is it what you want, that darkness? Is it really what you want? If you're happy with it, go on. If you think you should have a bit more red, add a bit more alizarin crimson. Or you want it more dirty, add a bit more Van Dyke brown. It depends on what you want to add now, but I think that would be just the sky I really want. I'm quite lucky with because I do it for so long, and I already know when I touch my paint, for newcomers would be find out about it. Okay, so we talked about the rain sky. Ooh, let the rain go by, let the weather go by. See, look at that. And just fire it in like I show you here. Fire it in, fire it in. See? And then I build myself kind of the end of the clouds, and then the water's coming, the rain is coming down, the rain is coming down, hitting the water. See? But now we make it a bit more juicy. Rain or weather, why I would like to see my rain, I will add a little bit of phthalo green. See, I got just a little bit in my phthalo green and a little bit of, it gives you more moist. It has a kind of a more moist feeling. See, now you can do it whatever you want in what direction you ever want. See, now I just pull it out. That is the speed of the wind. You can go more shallow. But I would say that is the speed of the weather and the wind, what I dream up here, and that's fine. Okay, good. Hypnotize the whole thing a little bit. Hypnotize the whole thing a little bit. And you see already, in such a short time, you have created the weather movement already. See? Weather movement. So that's fine. Now, but pull this as much down as you want, because you have to overlap. Always think how high in your mind you space that canvas. I already know where the horizon line will be. Pull it below the horizon line always. Don't matter, pull it down to the bottom. Then you never miss. Because it's just that one arm stroke. You don't worry to cover that up. But it is awful when you're stuck and you have white sticking out and you see, make sure you have it all deep enough. This it is easy to add the rest of your painting. See? Okay. Now we have already a feeling of rain. Now you know when, let's hypnotize the whole thing first. So you can use a fan brush now, and you can add to your clouds. I will use a touch of white, maybe yellow and red, kind of a that kind of a white, off-white color. See, and you can easy create a kind of a turbulent clouds. See, easy here, maybe easy here, easy here, easy here. But roll it in the way you think. Yeah, roll it in the way you think. See? But leave it dark on the bottom more. So. See, now I wash my brush and I hypnotize the whole thing. Hypnotize the whole thing. Why the devil I always use that word hypnotizing? Because I really feel the canvas is listening to me. And that is a wonderful feeling. See, when I do that, I really feel it becomes a cloud, it becomes fuzzy, it becomes foamy or round or whatever. And you move your hands towards whatever you want to do. See? Okay, that is all right, that's fine. Now let's pull that more down to this. You have a nice smooth go in there. But when the rain hits the water, what happens? It is kind of a little explosion all the time. I will use far away movement. Maybe we should take a look. I use a touch of phthalo green. The swimming pools are painted like that. And I try to think about that will be the horizon line. Put it together in your mind which way you think. See? Maybe a couple upstrokes. So first like that. Now it doesn't matter really. You create it is a teaching idea. Maybe I should show you the role. Maybe on this canvas. Let me draw a side move before we really get into the whole thing. Think this is that is the sea. You see the whole sea is lined, but you see it from the side now, and the wind is coming this way, so it will come up a wave here, see, and goes down like that. Then there's another wave here, coming up and goes down like that. And usually there's another one here. There's already a higher one coming to the shoreline, and it goes up like this. You see, coming up like this. I just give you an idea about the side move. Now, where you want to stop? Let's talk first. It's a class. It's a teaching idea. We got to learn that, and I really I looked into that. Now, where you want to stop? I would say you can really put the stop right there. You have white caps. You know, here you would have white caps there and there maybe, and they're on in here and there. You know, they just go in. They go in there. The light comes from there. But then you can think. Let us think. Where you want to stop? Right where the water is standing up there. See, and have that little curve there. Or you want to stop there. See, and the water is. Or you want to stop. The water hits the bottom and beams up again. See, and then it still starts on one spot, and it goes on and on and on. Now I will show you that tunnel idea. Maybe that might help you to understand the whole thing. That we have like a tunnel in there. See, but that's the side move what I show you. And then maybe here always understanding up there, and then we have both. See, this time I want to paint something where you understand both. So you get a rough idea now what I aim here. But this time our view is from here down. I showed you the side like you cut up the ocean. And this time the ocean is coming down, rolling up to me now. So I have to handle that. Now watch. I take a good look here. I use Van Dyke Brown, Prussian Blue. Again, alizarin crimson is a healthy color. But you can add a bit more phthalo green into that. Now I munch it up again. See? And now fire in, fire in, fire in. Maybe here, 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 here. See? Pull it down which way you want. See? Already you can see there's a beginning of almighty movements, and that's in the distance. That's in distance. You can highlight that. You can go on and do all kinds of other things you want. See? Fine, fine, fine. We will get the rain soon in there too. Now I just cover that up. See? And then you fire in again, more paint, the same colors, and you fire in here, 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 and here, and here, and there's the other one in front of that. See? Dark, you need dark in order to show light. Can you see already a sea is moving in on you? See, with a couple strokes already you create this almighty, see, create that kind of a wind. There's wind, but the wind always let the water come up and flying away, up and flying, whatever. We got the wind already from that side, let it fly. That depends on how high you want to go now, how wild you want to think. See? Oh, we will get later on into that too. See, but you need the dark there, and you see how fast you lie down. What I do now, I just cut in the whole thing. I cut it all in, and now I try to think what I want, where I want to have that water hitting down, where I want to have that water standing up, where I want to create that roll. It's nicer if you paint on a longer canvas because that gives you more. Now I will think, maybe I just cut in here that almighty roll coming up there, maybe here it's standing up, here still standing up, but the ears already going around, but then it hits there the bottom, it hits there almighty bottom, and it draws, water draws shadows. You know, when you have water in the glass, it looks always nice and clean, and when I start painting the sea, I thought you need more white. I really couldn't understand this, the sea, the water draws shadows too. See, I just create dark there because I would like to show dark, then I can show light. If I have dark, I can have light. If I have dark, I can have light. See, there you are. And make it wild, make it your way to watch the ocean. That is really something else. That's really something else because it's hard to remember. We always talked about watch it and look away because then you might remember what was the last, but I could never get it. I never could hold it. I think here you do it with your happy brush. Create up and downs and fore and backs and whatever. And the light and shadows, and here maybe we need more dark there, more dark there. I should have a little bit more phthalo green because it's better there. That phthalo green is a kind of a turquoise color. Water has a lot of transparency. That is it's a wet color. See that? Can you see these colors here? They give you a wet feeling, isn't it? I just feel it this way. See, now I have already a good beginning. So we use the almighty fan brush and we highlight the whole thing. Highlight the whole thing. That will be, watch this, white, and maybe a touch of turquoise, touch of phthalo green, just a touch of phthalo green into that. Off white. I will create there. They create there. See, that's the bubbling behind there already. You can pull it down. See, that's the roll behind. Now we have to create that feeling of rain hitting there. See, let it steam where the rain hits. See, it just happened. Let it steam. Let it be. See. There's all kinds of explosions. The water goes down, hits the water, the rain comes down, hits the water, and automatically it's flying in the air. It's flying in the air. Okay, that's nice already. See, then you create those white caps, always a little touch of turquoise, you know. See, take a look here when you watch, I just add a little turquoise. So that little touch of turquoise is good. It's healthy there. See? Now maybe you can backfire from here, you see? Backfire from here. There. See? That's nice. And the next step, we backfire here a little bit, here a little bit. But let it hang in the air. Let the water hang in the air. We just decided this painting is not it's a wild. Here's underneath we can create a kind of a beginning of where it really starts. All the travel starts there. The underneath here. See? Watch this. See? See, against the light, the dark will show far better. That's fine. See, now the next step, we will create, oh, there. And do it like that. Just touch it and watch this. Touch it and then you let the wind blow into that. Just open it up, let it fly, let it fly. See, that is yes and no. It's already turning, not turning, yes turning, now turning. Oh, see, that's fine. Then here, all of a sudden, it really turns over. Now I will use a touch of turquoise, that turquoise right on top here. See? See? That gives you a nice wet feeling. And then here underneath there, I will pull a little bit. Watch, this is a color, yellow and turquoise. Yellow and kind of a transparent color there. See? Kind of a transparent color there. But go with the curve. Go with the curve. See? Hey, it's coming nice. It's coming nice now already. Now you want to have that tunnel there. You make it darker there. Make it darker there. See, I would like to see that tunnel building here on that particular spot. See, tunnel building. See, something like this. See. But keep the brush strokes, keep it organized, because that will make your painting, that will make your rhythm in the water. Already that's nice. I'm quite happy with what I do right now. See, now here is something you would like to do. Just the real top here. See? Stop breathing for a while. And just pull it down. So this, you have that glow on top. See that little bit of glow on top. See, now we have it standing up. We learn two things now. It usually starts on one end, and you must think now this goes down here, hits the bottom, and beams up again, start beaming up again. See? Try to understand that. You just see, now you put that together, then you get the whole idea what it really is all about. See? But now you can play your little games here. Watch this. You can have little things flying around. See, let's get into the dark. They dance the water in there, dance in the dark. See? There you are. See, that comes nice now. But now you pull this, pull that up. See, pull this up like this. See, now you get it together nice. Can you see it? See, now we have a round standing up there, and you have a shadow in between. See, you can easy add now here things. See, you can easy add in order to complement the distance. See, behind. Depends on how high you want to go. No, they will. See? Here you just what? What do you know? What do I know? Let the water do the work, and let just the movement of that boiling water. You think about boiling water. And here you could have with light on top, like, see, okay, and this is nice and dark, let be dark there. The next step will be, I will pull in a shoreline. I use white and a touch of red. White and touch of red, you see there. And pull it into the dark. See, make it like, see what you see all of a sudden. It disappears underwater. Try to think like that. I want to think like that. Put it this way. I got to think in that direction. This is still sand here. That's still sand here. And there's dry sand and there's wet sand. And the wet sand is darker than the dry sand. You see, there you got it already. And now you can really work out all kinds of ideas, but let it disappear underwater all of a sudden. See, now in your mind, that is all underwater, and that's coming out of the water already. So if you can think in that direction, you are thinking you're on the right track. You're on the right track. Yeah, that's good. See? Can you see? That disappear. Now, I wish we had more time. There's a lot of things. I paint sometimes stones underwater and coming out the water. And have them disappearing underwater, but you paint before that. I want to show you something else, and the time is not there. I couldn't spare that time for that. But you can aim for all those things. See? Now the next step will be I will add a stone, but I will add a kind of a take a look here. Van Dyke brown, Prussian blue, alizarin crimson. The same tree is always the same colors, just more darker, and a little touch of white that gives you that marble feeling. I will put in maybe a mighty stone standing there. See? And then there's other stone standing there beside. It's not so big. Maybe we push that stone along so that you see the difference on whatever you do. Okay. Reflects that right into the sand. Even wet sand would reflect. Okay. I hope you can see it. Later on, if we have time, I will demonstrate there some stones, how the water runs off. But let me do it here first before we go on and do anything else. I make sure I have my water all right to the to the shoreline like that. That's good. See, now I'm in a clear. Put a little bit of a highlight in, red, yellow, blue, that kind of a stone color. See, now light, we have the light coming wherever it's coming from that side. See, then you see. Okay, this stone, we maybe give him a happy plateau there. That goes right into the sand. Put it in right to the sand. And then you can pull that off like this. See? And here pull it off like this. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? Good. See? Now we add to that stone here and there, and right away reflects it into the water too. But now I will show you something interesting. That will be clean brush number 1. A clean brush I need here, and pull that down first. Pull that down first. Pull that down like this. See? Use the big brush. Use your big brush. Clean. Make sure you have a clean brush. And blend it in like this on the bottom. See, blend it in like this. Good. See, now you can use your fan brush. You can use your fan brush. Your almighty fan brush. White. But a touch of blue. See, that's in the shadow. Touch of blue. You must think that is still in the shadow behind that stone. See, that's good. Yeah, touch me, maybe a little touch more light. See, and then do it like this. See? See what you see? You see what you see? But what I do here, that is very important. Watch this. I pull that paint up like that. See? Pull that paint up like that. Up like that. And what you get the feeling of the water is running off. Because the line's getting thinner as you go up. And it looks like the water is just running off. Now you can start from the top, but very, very light here and there. We must always think this water is constantly running off. Constantly running off. You see, now we add a bit more and add a bit more there. See, like leave it open. See? Then here, there. And do the same thing, pull it up there. Pull it up there, see? Pull it up there, pull it up here too, see? Now you get the feeling of that stone is always wet. That water is just coming new over, and yet that stone gets wet, and and then it runs off again. But then you can really work on, if you want to make it nicer. See what I do here as a sample, I would create here on the edge of the stone where the water is, when you see it sideways, maybe there, and here I would like to see it dripping off. See? Just work in that direction. Hey there. Good, good. See, then in between, just let some kind of a very loose lines, that stone looks wet all of a sudden. And when you get that, you are the winner. You are the winner already. Maybe here on top, a little bit of blue and whatever. See, now you pull it this way long. That looks quite very calm, but you can start off between the stones using your tank. The stones shelter the whole thing. Then you can start. See, kind of. But leave openings. Don't fill it in too much. Just leave openings. You need the dark. If you don't have the dark, then you could fill the whole thing in, and then you lose the whole thing. Try to think somewhere in that direction. See. Fine, fine, fine. Now here, as a sample, you could draw a big blob of water coming like this, like this. See, and go over again and have it so that the you understand this idea. There. Good. See? But go in and complete, like have it like a big blob line there. See? And now you form your sand. You can form your sand with the same stairs. You know, you must think here. You must think the water is coming up higher, lower, and build certain stairs there. So you can, I sometimes use that almighty big brush there, see? And cut it in like this. Now watch. Can you see little stairs there all of a sudden? That is very healthy. That looks very healthy. And spitzel towards the water where the sand is more wet. See? And now, whatever you do, you can, I see artists, they paint footsteps, what was going on, or lots of shell, stones, animals. See, I draw a little dark line around that first now. A little dark line, like that water is standing up there. See? There. And then you can go on here and extend it, whatever, maybe here. See? We can do it like that if you want to. But you can roll it in, it can be pushing, it can all push here along. It depends on what you really want to see now. I would say the wind, the height of the water draws a calm down there, but it don't have to be all the time. There could be all dancing and bubbling and boiling again, you see? There. Here you boil it, and then it calms down, But that's up to you, whatever you would think you want to have in your water. Whatever you want to think. See? Now here, the tips I would like to have very light. The tips I would like to have very light, because that comes up in the height of the daylight again. That's not so low anymore. See? Bubble it in which way you want. So there is no rules and regulations. Just follow the common sense, the common sense movements in the water. It is so hard, especially when I had my classes for students. Sometime, whatever you want to see. See, I just show you movements, how I move my hands, and how I get that bubbling in, and how I get that in. But that is my version of thinking. You can might work out. The technique is the important part. What I think I should show, and you should take from there. You should think your own way. All of a sudden, I try to make that underneath still a little bit more glamorous. Just you think you can see into that, and you see the transparency of the water there. Okay. See? Now we will go and dance in more. But look at how my hands are flying. Just think you are the wind. 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 And always try to follow kind of where the wind blows it. That direction where the wind blows it. See, create a bit of highlights there and there. Maybe here a little bit again. That has other beginning. See? Now we will set in a stone. We will set in a stone there. See? Yeah. See, there. See? Highlight that. You can have it higher. You know, you go to Laguna Beach there and you see those sharp stones. They could stand up like this. They are really standing up like this. You can paint them if you want. You can see. That doesn't matter. You can paint them behind each other, next to each other. You go to Oregon, you paint the haystacks. They call it haystacks. They look like haystacks. See? See, there you are. Beautiful, beautiful. Now you highlight that again with the red and the blue and the white. See, I create a color. Take a look here. I munch all the colors in, a bit of blue from there, a bit of red, so that I get the feeling that you are the judge now. I just want to think that would be perfect. See, a light side. There. And again, the same color. You can highlight this if you want to. See, there. And you pull it into this, to the water. See? That is nice. Again, here behind. I would use a touch of blue and white. Blue and white. See there, that's kind of a wet color there. Blue and white, something like this. See, but now, you put that right in that big water thing. You this, watch this. I would say this. See there, it's coming up there, and and see this wave broke down and ended up there, and the water's up like we did on that stone first. Try to cut up the water. That means the water's running down. Wet that stone. This is a fantastic idea. Why I show you that here. See, this movement's up. That means movement's down. The water's running down. The heavy paint is on the bottom. It gets thinner, thinner, thinner. That means it just does run off like that. It really does run off like that. Okay, good, good, good. Here, maybe here you have the other side. Maybe here we pronounce the water in the back of that stone. It's running off like that, and then you come into here and you fire in like that. See, bit more powerful color. Maybe like this. See, like bubble it in, boil it in there. Here, here, good. See, all of a sudden, that whole stone is in a wet. You can go around, you can have here a little bit, behind a little bit. You have to watch this, you don't hit the stone. Usually I paint all around the stone first. Good. How high you want to have that water flying? Make it break there, make it break there. See? Good. You know, all of a sudden you have it quite nice and bubbly. Quite nice and bubbly. So that's fine. They're getting warmer and warmer. Now the next step, I will use my little liner, my liner brush, and I will make some sandpipers. Being happy there. Running, one is running. Watch that. That thing is running. Running like mad. Try to think. One is running, one is standing, and they're all busy all the time. They're very busy all the time. They're very busy all the time. And boy, is he ever running. Is he ever running. You can reflect them in the water if you want to. That can be in the sand. You can have a little reflection in the sand of him. Yeah. See, the other one is quiet, is standing just around, has a beak in the water, and is around like this. See, you have to think. if you paint animals, you have to think sideways, forwards, upside down, and running and standing still, and see, and still see the foots there, the 2 foots there. See, there you are. See, it's turning to you. It's looking to you now. And the other is on the side. He's just walking nice. He's just walking nice. He has to decide what he will do. He has to make a decision. When he sees something, that guy's running. The other, he just decides something. See, and you see him walking nice. There. So that's the way you get your animals together, your seed together, your stones together, your. That's why I like to see my whole deal done. And you still have some seagulls up here flying around. There's one. See? Yeah, and there's another happy seagull. Maybe it comes down like this. They usually come in a clump. And there's another happy seagull flying like this. And you can go on and on how many seagulls you want. How many seagulls you really want. See? And then you tip the tips of the seagull, give them a bit of a wide tip. There, 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 there. And what is going on? You got it. See, you got it all done. And I couldn't even do any more, really. That's all I want to show you. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you for watching me.